The Modular Control Rig system in Unreal Engine makes it easy to build animation controls for a skeletal character without creating an entire control rig from scratch. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to create a modular control rig and quickly configure it for your own character. In the content browser, navigate to the folder where you'd like to store your control rig. Right-click inside the content browser, select Animation, then Control Rig. Choose Modular Rig, click Create. Give the asset a descriptive name. Double-click the new asset to open the Control Rig editor. At this point, you'll see an empty modular control rig waiting to be assigned to a character. Before you can build the rig, you need to select the skeletal mesh that the control rig will use. Open the Preview panel, locate the Preview Mesh setting, choose your skeletal mesh. For this example, I'll be using the Mixamo character I rigged in a previous tutorial, but any compatible skeletal mesh can be selected. Once the mesh loads, you'll notice a small socket located around the pelvis area. This is the starting point for assembling the modular control rig. The sockets indicate where different rig modules should be placed. Hovering over a socket displays the type of module it expects. Open the Module Assets panel. To avoid confusion, click on Biped so you only see the controls for a humanoid. Locate the spine module and drag it onto the spine socket. Once the module is added, Unreal Engine generates new sockets for the hips, shoulders, and neck, allowing you to continue constructing the character rig. Each thigh socket requires its own leg module. Simply drag the leg module onto each thigh. Both legs are now equipped with their own animation controls. Locate the neck socket at the top of the spine. Drag the neck module onto the socket. This creates controls for the neck and head. Next, locate the shoulder sockets. Drag a shoulder module onto each shoulder. The shoulder modules prepare the skeleton for the arm controls. Each shoulder now exposes an arm socket. Drag an arm module onto each arm separately. The arm controls are automatically connected to the rest of the modular rig. After adding the arms, sockets appear for each finger. Instead of assigning them individually, you can add multiple finger modules at once. Hold Shift, select every finger socket on one hand, and drag the finger module onto the selected sockets. Unreal Engine automatically creates a finger module for every selected finger. Repeat the process for the opposite hand. This is much faster than assigning each finger individually. Once every required module has been assigned, your modular control rig is complete. The character should now include controls for spine, neck, head, shoulders, arms, legs, and fingers. Because each section is modular, the rig is assembled automatically without requiring manual setup of constraints or control hierarchies. To begin posing the character, hide the placement sockets. Press the Y key to hide the module sockets and display only the animation controls. With the sockets hidden, you can select any control, move, rotate, or pose the character, test the full range of motion, and verify that each module behaves correctly. This provides a clean workspace for animating and adjusting poses. Using the Modular Control Rig workflow in Unreal Engine, you can build a fully functional character rig in just a few minutes. By assembling pre-built modules for the spine, limbs, neck, shoulders, and fingers, you avoid the complexity of creating a traditional control rig from scratch, while still gaining a powerful set of animation controls for posing, keyframing, and gameplay animation. What would you like to learn next in Unreal Engine rigging? Let me know in the comments, and your suggestion might become the next tutorial.